Hello, everyone, and welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you are returning. My name is Lindy, and this is Much Love Tarot. Welcome, everyone. Some of you guys might know me from TikTok. I go live there almost every day and do all sorts of readings over there live. So, yeah, definitely go over there, check me out. You'll find the link in the description down below. There is a Linktree link. If you could click on that one, you'll find my TikTok account as well as my personal Instagram. Also, for anyone that feels generous, there you will also find my PayPal donations as well as my Amazon wishlist. If you would like to donate a deck to the channel, go over there and pick one that you like. Also, you can book private readings with me as well. You'll find my email address in the description box below as well. Keep in mind that I will never, under any circumstances, reach out to you guys first on any platform. If you would like to book private readings with me, send me an email, and that is how you can get in contact with me. So, in the meantime, just stay safe. If you're not sure, send me a DM on any of the platforms, and hopefully I see it and I will tell you that that's probably not me. But yes, that's it for the announcement, I suppose. Today we're going to be looking at the question, what is it that is holding you back, or what is keeping you from growth, from moving forward in your life, taking the next step forward? I do want to add a little bit of announcement as well, as in if you enjoyed this reading, definitely consider giving it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because that will get you notified every time a new video is up, and that is also helpful for me as well. So let's just get over the piles for everyone. So pile number one, you are going to be the Death card with Hutao. Beautiful card. The Death card. Pile number two, you are gonna be Judgments with, and I'm gonna attempt to pronounce his name, Dilek Rogfinder. Ragfinder. I'm sorry. Like, I'm known with the Genesis games, but with the names, I just don't know. And for pile number three, you are gonna be the Magician with Mona. For pile number three. So if you need to figure out which pile belongs to you or need some time to meditate, then pause the video here, and otherwise I will talk to you in your reading. Hi, pile number one. So if you chose the Death card with Hutao, then this is gonna be your reading today. So what is it that is keeping you from your growth, from moving forward, taking that next step? What is this blockage? So with the Death card, I definitely see a very strong end of a cycle, and like rebirth. So it's like taking everything that you've learned during this cycle, make it your own, and make like a rebirth for yourself, like becoming a new version of self. So the lessons are like taken, but they're not, and like learned, but not fully integrated yet. I feel like that might be something that needs to happen. Let's just see what the tarot has to say about it for now. Let's see. So pile number one with this Death card, what is keeping them from their growth? What is holding them back? How can they move forward? Let's see. We have the Moon. We have the Four of Cups. The King of Wands, the Strength card, as well as the Sun. So I'm already, like I said, I feel like there is something that still needs to be like integrated, but I honestly feel that you're like, no, I did everything, but it's kind of like hidden from you as well. You're still like acting out of a sense of, like, let's say for instance you lost something and you're so focused on what is lost that you don't see like the new opportunities, like you can replace it. Like if you lost, I don't know, your keys or your wallet, like there is the new opportunity for to buy like a new keychain or a new wallet, but you're so hung up on like what has been lost during this cycle instead of integrating it and move forward. I feel like that's a little bit what I'm seeing here. Like live more in the moment out of joy. Because the sun, to me, with this question is just like you're already there. Like you have proven to yourself as well how strong you are, how much you can do. It's just a fact of like focus right now in the inward. What is okay, I totally lost my train of thought there. But the sun energy, I just feel that you can be happy or start this new growth or this new cycle like right now, because the sun is like enjoying the moment, living in the now, not hung up on the past, not worrying about the future, but seeing and celebrating where you are now, how you have come, maybe even celebrate the end of this cycle that you have been through. So let's see, what can you do moving forward? What should the next step be? Okay, we have the devil, we have the Three of Swords, a Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and a Ten of Swords. So a lot of threes. So threes is about like transcending pain, looking ahead in the future, working together. For some of you, maybe 333 is also something. We also have the Hierophant at the bottom and the Ten of Cups underneath that. So what can you do moving forward? So there is still a lot of pain here with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. A lot of pain. And I feel like the devil is just like you keeping yourself stuck in this pain, hung up on whatever it is that happened. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles talks about looking forward, looking ahead, maybe on autopilot, is that if that is something that you need, because this is like almost to the point where you're like, how am I ever going to let this pain go? How am I ever gonna grow out of it? Where it's like you're not gonna grow out of it. It's more, or it doesn't get like better, but you learn to live with it. To me, this just resembles a little bit maybe with the Death card of, as well as maybe someone very close to you passed away. And now you're like, how am I ever gonna live my life again with this pain and this hurt? When people say like it will get better, you're like, that's bullshit. I cannot imagine this feeling going away. And I kind of feel like it won't. You just learn to deal with that pain or give it a place. Like I said, maybe go on autopilot and like start getting back in like a routine. For some of you, I feel like you need like a break, a vacation, time away from this place of hurt. For others of you, it's about having talks with like your inner circle, close friends, family members, people that have been through the same thing as well. Because the sun is happiness. So I feel like that's just the motivation of you, like it won't stay like this forever. Like your goal, your guide's goal is your all-time happiness. For the long run. Because it kind of reminds me, how I like to make comparisons with like children, you know, how you are then. I feel like if this is someone that has passed away, first off, I'm so sorry. Second off, when I talk about that happiness, I just hear someone say like, how you're an idiot. Like, how can you expect me to be happy without this person? If the universe wanted me happy, they shouldn't have taken this person from me. And it's one, the realization of life. You know, we like life and death. Death isn't a bad card as well. Whenever the death card people are always like, oh, it's like, no, death isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's part of life. It's also new chances, rebirth, rediscovering self, new cycles, new challenges. It's a beautiful card of transformation. And with this, I feel like transformation is definitely something that you're going through. And it has your greater happiness. Because I like I said, I didn't actually say it. I said it in my head. But like the comparison, because I don't want to sound like, you know, that type of person. But I kind of compare it to like children, where children are like, oh, I want this, I want candy or something. But for the long term, for the long, years and years, you cannot just give this child candy all the time, like the short time satisfaction. Because one, they're not gonna live happily at the end of their life because they will get diabetes or their teeth will not be in the greatest state. For all these types of long-term reasons, they cannot have candy every day. Where it's with this as well, where you're like, how can the universe or God or whatever you believe in want my happiness and then take this person from me? It's basically where the universe just, well, this person wasn't supposed to be in your life forever. And of course, it's like it feels unfair and it feels like the wrong timing. But I feel kind of like the realization of life as well, which is not something that you want to hear. I understand. So, like I said, how this resonates, it doesn't have to be a past person. It can also be a person that just walked away out of your life, or it can also be even a job that you really wanted. I'm just going with like the strongest emotion that I'm feeling right now, and that's the one that I'm feeling present, very, very close. So take it how it resonates. With that King of Wands and the Strength card and the Sun, like try to find, because the King of Wands is someone that is very only thinking of their own, and I feel like that's maybe a little bit the energy that you need, where you're like, I'm just gonna think about me, what brings me joy in the short term, and then build on that. As well. But right now, I feel very, very trapped energy, and almost to the point with that moon energy where you might not even see how trapped you are. But there is a need for an end of this cycle and a start of a new one. Let me see. What else do we want? What kind of oracles do we want? I don't know why I want this one, but I want it. So let's see, for pile number 1, what can they do to move forward for their growth? We understand what is keeping it, but how can they get through it? We have strength again, another strength. So whenever strength comes up, I feel the need to emphasize, so with 2 times, like even more so, the emphasize to, for you to understand how strong you are and that you can pull it through. We also have heal the ouch. So yeah, I feel like there is just a need a little bit of being selfish and heal yourself, heal these wounds enough for you to move forward, understanding that you are strong enough to heal whatever needs healing and to move forward. Like you're not, Like, I feel like you might feel a little bit like that for cups, where it's like, oh, look what I lost, not looking at the cup that is being offered here, wanting salvation, but not seeing that they can save themselves. Where it's like, no, it's up to you to go through it. Like, you are so, like, you have been through a lot already. This is not the hill you're gonna die on. This is not like you giving up. It's no, what needs to be done first? Healing. That 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords needs some attention, needs to be given a place. We also have a gentle gardener. Be gentle towards yourself, loving, mild, forgiving. Whatever has happened, be gentle towards yourself. And like, yes, it will take time to heal. Like, you will not heal overnight. In the meantime, you are going to make mistakes. Stay gentle towards yourself. And loving and caring. We also have the Wizard of Awareness. So realizing what is going on with you with that moon energy, like I said, some of it is like kind of hidden. So Wizard of Awareness is just getting to know all the parts of you, all the ouch, all the things that hurt, all the things that are keeping you stuck. Getting to know all sides of that, of yourself. And I feel like along the way of this healing, you will hit patches where you're like, you thought you healed enough and that did enough, and then you'll find something else that needs your attention or your growth, or it feels like it's never done. You're always at the point where you've healed, and then you find out it wasn't enough, or there are some other parts of you that needs healing or work on or training. And that can be tiring if you look at it from a side of, I need to be perfectly healed, you know, where there should be just having fun, focus on self. What do I want? Also, like, we as humans are not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. Having perfection as a goal is bound to be disappointing, tiring, and will drive you to the verge of giving up. And I feel like you're such a strong person, but at the same time, keep holding yourself to these standards that are ridiculously high, if not impossible. And there is a lack of being gentle towards yourself. Like, in your own world, in your own head, you are like butchering yourself for making the slightest like mistake or misstep, or like when you're a moment when you're not like perfect. And that gets tiring. And that only hurts yourself more as well. So let's see. Pile number 1, what is it that they can do to move forward? What can they do to move forward with pile number 1? So let's see. We have contracts, career, and commitment with Saturn, and it also said until depth tear us apart. We have epiphany and breakthrough. We have self-worth and expectations, as well as chemistry and passion. So for some of you, it is about taking a different job. I feel like the moment you like lower your own expectations of yourself and raise your self-worth, you'll have that breakthrough and epiphany. And I feel like you'll be able to follow your passion. For some of you, I feel like follow your passion when it comes to work, or try to make your passion into a job. Um, but like I said, that's just for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of you. Let's see what else for pile number 1. What is it that they can do? Focus on to take that next step forward. What is it that they can do? Let's see, we have ancestor guides with alchemy. We have the Ace of Fire with Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So that can be your signs, doesn't have to be. We also have the Ace of Water with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Again, can be your sign, doesn't have to be. As well as North Node with Cosmic Purpose. And at the bottom we have Shadow Side, Moon, again, and the Dark Night. Separation, longing. So that is the overall energy. The longing, your own dark side, your own shadow side. Getting to know those parts as well. I feel like that separation and longing is what is keeping you still right now. In combination with the shadow side, where it's never good enough. The Ace of Fire and the Ace of Water is to me the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, which is both new beginnings, as well as new passion. Ace of Fire, passionate thing, something that burns within yourself, where you're like, oh, I really want to, this flame inside, I really want it to come out. Trying new things. With the Ace of Water, a lot of emotion, like emotion and passion. Kind of look into that within yourself, that passion and emotion. What do you care about? Like, and I kind of feel, I don't know, I kind of feel like making that into your job. To me, this is resemblance to when I started the tarot, where I was like, I'm really passionate, I really enjoyed, I really have my emotion in it, and I really want to give it a shot with like work and whatnot. I feel that very similar energy of like, there is this flame within yourself that is telling you like, follow that passion, and it's the universe as well, your purpose to discover that flame, what's going on apart from this longing and whatnot. I feel like that's very separate, but I feel like when you do that, will have the breakthrough, and that will eventually set you into like motion again. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I kind of feel like I want to leave it here, honestly. So what is keeping you stuck? This separation, this longing for whatever it is. Like I said, I like the strongest I get it is with a person, either they left or they passed away, but it can also be the longing for this passionate like job or thing that you idea that you have in your mind. And the moon is like hiding it, trying to, where it's like, no, let's not take a look, let's just like cover it up with other things that are going on that are like more important and whatnot. And it's just for you to take the time to calm down. There's still some work that needs to be done for yourself, your self-worth. Like, you don't have to be the best when you start out, you know. You couldn't, like, when you were a baby, you couldn't like walk when you decided I want to walk. You know, it takes practice, it takes falling down, it takes trying and different techniques and whatnot, you know. Lower the expectations, because you're I feel, yeah, I feel like it would be a shame if this goes to waste, if you would just like, you know, because of your low self-worth and high expectations. I feel like that needs to be different, where it's low expectations and high self-worth. I think that is the golden balance here. And with cosmic purpose and ancestor guides, I feel like the universe is trying to get you into that direction there. So yeah, I am gonna leave it here for you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated. Like I said, I saw a lot of different energies. Please let me know how it resonates. If the messages only confuse you, then don't take it. It was meant for someone else in the community. Give the video a thumbs up, because really lets me know that you enjoyed this type of content, and I can make like similar like this ones. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because that is not just helpful for me, but also gives you the notification whenever a new video is up. And yeah, in the meantime, just go kick ass. You got this. Take your time. And hopefully I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Hi, pile number 2. So if you resonated with this card of judgment with the Luke Regenfinder, then this is gonna be your reading. I'm already butchering this name, but yes, this is gonna be your reading. So what is keeping you from growth, from stepping forward, from starting this new cycle, basically? So let's just take a look at what the tarot has to say for you on this. So what is keeping pile number 2 from growth, from this next step, from starting this new cycle? Let's see, we have the 8 of Swords, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the World, and as well the Chariot. So judgment is about, let's see, at the bottom we have the 3 of Wands as well. Okay. So judgment is about basically what, like, reaping reaping what you sow. Is that the saying? But it's like this is facing what it is that you have put in, and this is the outcome of it. Having a realistic look, as well as with the 10 of Wands and the Chariot, like going over, like, I've been on this road for a long time. I'm tired. Do I still want to continue this road? It's like a need for action. The world is the ending of a cycle. This is number 20. This is number 21. So you are in that process of ending this cycle. You're very close to ending this cycle. But also there's a look for looking at it realistically. With that 8 of Swords, it is overthinking. But also she is like not seeing clearly. You know, in the mirror she sees like she's very trapped. Things happen because she had no choice. That's just, you know, very victimizing yourself or seeing yourself as the victim, where in reality she's not trapped. There are no crows keeping her trapped. You know, there is the choice. And I feel like right now the choice you're putting yourself in is keeping yourself in this situation. It's like, and feeling like there is no choice, like this is something that you need to do. But the realization, or the reality of it, is that you always have a choice. With that Knight of Cups, can be, for some of you, I feel like this is someone coming in your life and offering you or giving you the chance to end this cycle, to leave this cycle behind. So this can be like all kinds of like people or opportunities coming in. It can be work. It can also be like a love relationship, someone like that's interested in you, wanting to date you, and you're like, oh, I'm not ready, oh, I shouldn't, oh, you know, keeping yourself stuck in this cycle. Where with the Chariot, it is kind of like, just go out there, just take the reins. Right now you're taking the reins and you are going in cycles, in circles, keeping this cycle like intact. It's kind of like doing the same thing every time and then expecting a different outcome, which is the definition of insanity. So let's see with the tarot, what is it that you can do to move forward? What can pile number 2 do to move forward out of this cycle? What can pile number 2 do to get out of this cycle, move forward from this cycle? Okay. Okay, more than I wanted, but we will take it and I'll just see how I can fit everything in the screen. Let me scooch these over. So how can you move forward? We have justice. We have the Emperor. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Death and Rebirth. We have the Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles as well. Does everything fit? So starting off with that Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's basically, because I saw that first when I shuffled the deck. And you also have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is the start of a new cycle, new beginnings, full of passion and whatnot. But yes, the Knight of Pentacles. Also, no, wait, back to the Ace of Wands. But this can also, for some of you, I feel like this is a love interest person where you're very attracted to this person, but you're still kind of keeping yourself trapped, not wanting to engage with that. I feel like for some of you, that was something I needed to say. Just be aware that, like, follow the attraction. But yes, the Knight of Pentacles I saw first when shuffling the cards. The Knight of Pentacles is slow but steady. It is being like he could choose to ride the horse and sow, but he decided to walk and make sure that it's sown more evenly, so that that he will have a better harvest with that judgment as well, like doing it differently, taking a step back, taking your time for it, making sure what you do good and right. But yeah, it might take a while. With that Four of Swords as well, the Four of Swords taking a break, coming up with a strategy, a game plan. What am I gonna do? What do I need to do? What should the next step be? Like really, really taking the time here. The death, rebirth, the end of a cycle, and the start of a fresh new one. Not going in circles with this cycle all the time. Get in balance with your shadow side as well, because I feel like that the shadow side is kind of what is keeping you in this cycle going round and round and round. The Emperor is also being tough on yourself, having discipline, going, you know what, we made the decision to end this cycle, to start a new one, and I'm gonna implement the discipline that I need to move forward. With this, it's not gonna be easy. It might get like internal conflict with yourself as well. I kind of just honestly kind of want to say just have fun with it as well. The Six of Pentacles might be for some of you where it might be a good idea to start doing like charity work on the side as well, to humble you down, to be grateful and thankful for what it is that you have. Maybe for others of you, I feel like for it can be helpful to have like I don't want to say like thankfulness diary or something, but like I don't know, every day or once a week, write down what it is that you're thankful for. Like, be humble, because I feel like if you're more as I'm also a life coach, and I have these discussions with people as well, where if you come from a sense of gratitude for everything that you have in your life, one, you will not feel so desperate to do these cycles. You'll be more happy with what it is that you have and where you are. Also, it motivates you more to move forward and to I don't know what's going on today. I had this with pile number 1 as well, where at some point I just blank out. Because I feel a lot of different, like, energies that I want to follow. And then I'm like, okay, I said a little bit about this. I said a little bit about this. I said a little bit about this. But I feel like it's all over the place. With the overall energy of the Ace of Wands is follow your intuition, follow your, that inner fire. that you have to get like those new beginnings where it's like, you know what, forget all this. I'm just gonna do it because it's fun. If this is a person, like I said, for some of you, it is a person coming in, a love interest where you're attracted to them, just, see where it leads. Because underneath the Ace of Wands, you had the Four of Pentacles, which is someone that's very closed off, have their walls up. But that also means that like new things are not gonna come in. So you need to open up a little bit more for new experience to come in, because otherwise you are going to repeat this cycle over and over and over again, which I feel like you have already been doing. So there needs to be some type of change, and for that you need to open up to get that going. So let me take a look at your oracle decks for this. So for pile number 2, what is it that they should do to move forward, take that next step? So we have the Wizard of Awareness, we have making a choice, we have magical map shifter. So what can pile number 2 do to make that change, step forward? Okay, so we have movement as well as the bone collector. I wanted like one more, but we'll take it. It's fine. It is fine. Hopefully I can fit everything in here. So movement and bone collector. So to me, the bone collector is spirit, is the universe. It's like she collected all types of things. And for other people, it might be like, what is the use of like a rabbit? Or, but like in the greater scheme of things, she's like, no, I got this. I've been doing this for a long time. Also just noticed, I've never noticed that there is like a broken heart here as well. But yeah. And movement. So let's just go over them. First step, there needs to be the awareness, you realizing that you have been going in these cycles and that there is changes that needs to be done. What type of changes? What are the other opportunities? Needing to make a choice, a deliberate choice of like, I am going to quit this cycle and move forward. And then with the Emperor, also like be committed to it, like stay like disciplined. And stick to that choice. If you're over there, you find out, oh, this wasn't the right choice, you can always walk back to the different choice, but you cannot stay in this on this path anymore. There is a choice that needs to be made. Magical map shifter is just you changing the map, you deciding, you know what, I am not gonna do this cycle anymore. Make that commitment to yourself where it's like, we are gonna change the game. I am gonna change the game. And then stick to it. For some of you, it might be moving places. It can be taking a little bit of a break of a trip, maybe. Go on a little holiday vacation to clear your mind, clear your head, and then come back and make decisions when you're more calm. Which I also got with that Four of Swords, needing a little bit of a break. And then the bone collector is here as just an encouragement of like, the universe got your back. The universe is here because they want your happiness. They guide you for your happiness. So if you're not sure, trust spirit, trust the universe or God or whoever you put your faith in. As well as yourself. If you don't believe in anything, you can put your faith in yourself, what your intuition has been telling you. But you need to quiet down enough for you to hear your intuition and your inner voice. And with that, you need a little bit of a break. So yeah. But like with that magical map shift, like know that you are strong enough to change the game. You know, you're not playing this game anymore. Have that commitment where it's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna change things up. So let's see some final messages for pile number 2. What is it that they can do to get like unstuck, to move forward? Or what can pile number 2 do? What can they do? see, I think some of them popped up in the deck. Did they? Thought I felt something. Clearly, I felt wrong. We have release, surrender, and purge, as well as third eye and clarity. So yes, letting go. There is a need of letting some type of like the cycle go, as well as surrender to the divine. Trust your third eye, because I feel like once you listen to your own intuition and what the universe or God has to tell you, I feel like it will bring a lot of clarity, as well as understanding as to why you had to go through this cycle as well. And that will give you like the clarity for you to let go. So let's see, pile number 2. What is it that they can do, should do to move forward? So we have celebration, gifts, and abundance. We have integration, union, and twin flame, as well as limitation, fears as well. So like I said, for some of you, it is a person coming in that will get you out of this energy. And it's gonna be like not just like a soul connection, but someone that the universe like, okay, let's bring in this person for pile number 2 for them to get out of this cycle. Can be a twin flame connection, can also be a soulmate connection, but definitely some type of union there. For the others of you, I feel like it's just like the union within yourself, like the flame that you had here with the Ace of Wands, your inner flame. Listening to that feeling a little bit more, celebrating gifts as well as abundance. So realizing what it is that you have. Don't let fear and limitations hold you back. Be like the magical map shifter. There's a limitation. Let me see how I can go around that limitation. It will take a little bit longer, sure, but at least it will get you further ahead instead of you just looking at the limitation in front of you. I see like life is kind of like a boat ride through like little islands, like little rocks in your path, where it's like you want to go from A to B, but then there is a rock. It's the limitation of that island there that you have to either, you can like stare at the island all you want, it's not gonna move for you. You will have to go around it. So yes, it's a limitation, but learn to go around it. Yes, it's gonna be scary because you don't know what's on the other side of the island, but if you want to go forward, otherwise it's just you staying in the same cycle, looking at that island, hoping for it to disappear someday. Let's see, for pile number 2, what is it that they can do to move forward? Some advice on that. And think, but every time I'm with this deck, I always feel like, oh, one popped up, and then I take a look, and yes, no, there, it didn't. Let's see, we have self-care and energy. This just reminds me a lot about that Four of Swords, taking a break, taking rest, take care of yourself, re-energize, taking a break, maybe go on vacation or whatnot. We also have passion and chemistry, as well as the Ace of Earth with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So for some of you, like I said, it can be a person coming in where you feel very attracted to them. For others of you, it can be taking a different job or changing jobs. But definitely like a new start, a new beginning. At the bottom of the deck, you have transformation, as well as guilt and sabotage. So I definitely feel that like a break or a vacation can be like taking some time. It doesn't have to be like a full-on vacation. It can also be like you taking like a couple of hours to like clear out your agenda and just do something for you. If you don't have like the time to take a full-on like a week vacation or whatnot. But I feel very like that guilt and self-sabotage is just like keeping you in this cycle, like scared, fearful, where like life is too short to stare at an island, hoping for it to, I don't know, bring you happiness. It's like, no, you should, like, just go around it, see, you'll learn along the way. So I honestly feel like with the question, what is keeping you stuck? I feel like that it's you, your own thinking, your own self-sabotaging behaviors, fears, which I'm not saying it's not like logical, or I'm not like blaming you, but it is something that needs like to work, something that you need to work on in order to move forward and move out of this cycle. If you're having a hard time doing that by yourself, then there's a lot of platforms you can go to receive that help. Can be other people, people that are going through the same thing. Now with the internet, you are so connected with the entire world that it's not that hard. It can also be a life coach, like I am myself, or if you feel like you need more help, a psychologist, or I don't know, someone from like the church, or like someone, you know, in a role like that. Um, that can definitely help you with some guidance and how to move forward, and give you the perspective of a third input. um but yeah, be loving towards yourself, be forgiving, and it's okay to fear, but without fear you don't have to be brave. And I feel like just this is just like asking to be brave. Now if it's not scary, is it worth doing? Because that is what that Ace of Wands is coming in from. That is like, the Ace of Wands is doing things that you want because, you know, you just want them, and for joy, for excitement, for passion, for that flame. Is it scary? Of course. Of course it's scary. Everything's scary. If you do it for the first time, you know. Riding a bike was scary the first time. Maybe the second time, the third time, the fifth time. But the more you do it, you know. So yeah, I kind of want to leave your reading here for you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated. I saw a lot of different energies going on. So please let me know how it resonated for you if it did. Also give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this type of content. Also subscribe if you haven't already, because that's very, very helpful for me as well, in building this community, as well as it will give you a reminder every time a new video is up. And yeah, in the meantime, go kick ass. You got this. Honestly, you got this. I honestly put all my belief in you. You absolutely can overcome this. And yeah, go kick ass, and hopefully I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Hi, pile number 3. So if you chose the Magician with Mona, then this is gonna be your reading today. So what is it that you can do to move forward? What is keeping you stuck, and how to unstuck yourself is the question that we're gonna take a look at. Let's just take a look at what the tarot has to say for you. But for the Magician, I feel like you're already... So I kind of want to say be aware of what it is that you are manifesting, because I feel like you might be manifesting this stuckness, which might sound a little bit weird. But what I say, but with like, be mindful of what it is that you're manifesting. I feel like this can be a case for some of y'all where you're trying to manifest what it is that you do not want. You know, when manifesting, you create like a picture in your head, you know, very detailed, and then it's like, oh, I don't want this and I don't want this, and you have this perfectly clear picture of what it is that you do not want. But manifestation works in a way of, they are trying to manifest the picture that you are painting. So instead of focusing on what is it that you don't want, focus on what is it that you do want. Because if you have this beautiful picture of what it is that you don't want, the manifestation or the energy just sees that picture and that feeling that you have with it, and they're like, okay, let's manifest this, because they put in so, like, Pile number 3 put in so much energy and time into this picture, but they do not understand that that is the picture that you do not want. So that is what you're getting. So instead, like I said, it's just for some of you. Instead, focus on making a picture of what it is that you do want. What energy do you want in your life? So that might be, I don't know, something, a little quick manifestation lesson. But let's see, pile number 3. What is it that keeping them stuck? What is it that is keeping pile number 3 stuck? We need to know what it is in order to move on from it. Let's see. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, what is keeping them stuck? What is keeping them stuck? We have the 3 of Wands as well as the 9 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there is a lot of emotion here involved when you manifest as well. A lot of care, a lot of love to give. But I feel like you are so focused on like the past of what went wrong. Because this is what's going on with like the manifestation, where you're so focused on look at what I've lost, and then you already lost like 3 cups. But by looking at what is lost, you're also deliberately adding to that what is lost. Like I said, with that manifestation. I almost feel like for some of you, I don't know if this is like depression or whatnot, but with that 9 of Cups, like feeling these feelings at least make you feel something. I feel like that might be confusing. You're confusing that feeling because it can be addicting. That feeling of hurt and whatnot can feel like, oh, it's so great, as well as it keeps you like defensive, where it's like, well, it's not, you know, where it's like, oh, look at what has also like feeling victimized or keeping yourself in that victim role of this just happens to me, I didn't have any control over it, I cannot, you know, which might be true, things can happen to you, overcome you, but that doesn't mean that it's like that for the rest of your life, where it's like, okay, this did happen to me, that does not mean that this thing defined me, you know. But it's very defensive, where yes, but this happened to me, yes, but, you know, and it's like wanting to see what else is out there, but you know what is here where you're at right now. I feel like you are a person that has a lot of love to give. I kind of feel like it might also be you giving it to just everyone that is here. And you're being on a low frequency energy level, so you will attract low frequency with that magician as well. Because I feel like this cycle that you're in where you're stuck, it still gives you something. It still delivers something to you. It's happiness. So I understand where it's also scary, where it's like, well, it's not the worst where I'm at. It's not the greatest, but I still feel happiness. I'm good where I'm at. Um, there is that little like piece of flame within yourself that is like trying to nudge you into a different direction, see what else is out there, but so defensive that's like, no, we're not doing that. We're staying right here and not one step further. It's fine. I can just pour my emotions into whatever this is, and I'll be happy. But at the same time, I feel like this is what made you click on this video or resonate with this magician, where you want to manifest something different, but you're so defensive about where you're at, or you don't need better, or you don't deserve better, or, you know, whatever that defensive energy is, that's kind of like you take where it's like, well, this is enough. I don't need more. I'm fine. Are you feeling hurt? Yeah, but that's life. Sure, that is, but I feel like you just have so much, like, because the Ace of Cups is also a new beginning. It can also be for some of you a new love coming in, where you're wanting to manifest a new relationship, new type of person, but you keep meeting every time the same type of person, just because, like I said, with that manifestation, because you are doing the same manifestation of what it is that you don't want. So focus on that, then the universe is like, okay, let me bring another one then. And scared to do things different, open up to different people, maybe because you think you're not worth it or whatever. With that Nine of Cups, when it comes to relationship, for some of you, like I said, it is like relationship. You're like, well, I'm good single. I'm fine single. I don't need someone. Where it's like, yes, that's true. You do have your shit in order. And yes, you feel strong and powerful, but you have so much love to give that you want to give in a relationship. Just make sure with that manifestation what type of person you want to manifest that would fit here in this picture with you. So let's see, what is it that you can do to get out of this stuckness, this cycle? What can they do? Okay. So first off, we have the Four of Swords. So coming up with a game plan, taking a break, taking a step back, some time for yourself, coming up with, like I said, what picture do you want to manifest? We also have the Knight of Wands, so just have fun with it, go with it, enjoy, play. Don't take things too serious. Like, I kind of want to jump on the relationship train, where it's like, it doesn't have to be like your life partner, just have fun with it. And when it's no longer fun, it's no longer fun. We also have the Ace of Swords, so new ideas, new ways of meeting people, new ways of like finding a job, if that's something what you're trying to manifest, or like new ideas, do things differently than what you have been doing. How can I change? What little changes can I make in my life? For instance, if you like running as a hobby, join a running club so you get like get to meet different people and whatnot. We also have the Sun, so also be joyful in this moment, enjoy this to the fullest, be open, don't feel bitter, also be thankful. We also have the Four of Cups, which is again with that Five Cups very similar, of focusing so much on what is not there that you do not see the opportunities that are right there in front of you, as well as the Two of Cups, which is the choice that you have to make, or making the choice, but also for, like I said, for the people where it's like about a relationship, there is that soulmate type relationship coming together. And I feel like you might even know this person already for some of y'all. But yeah, definitely like the choice needs to be made. You taking a little bit of a break to go like, okay, what can I come up with like a game plan? What can I change? What am I manifesting? What do I want to manifest? And how can I take small changes in getting there? So for instance, to give you an example about myself as well, I've been through similar, like I feel like everyone's been through similar situation, depending on the degree. I'm not saying one is worse than the other, but it's different. So to a very simple like example is like me wanting to lose weight. At some point I was like depressed. I ate my feelings away, and I was like, okay, I need to make changes. I do not want to be this heavy. What can I change? And I made, like, instead of like dieting, because diet is for a short term, and what I needed was lifestyle changes, because I didn't want to be like starving myself and then be skinny for 3 months and then gain the weight back. I wanted it to be a long term, for a long time thing. Anyway, So what I did was just small changes where first off, of course it took a long time for me to get where I'm at right now, but like first little step was drinking water, only drinking water, or at least I started with not just only drinking water. I started with whenever I felt like I needed a sugary drink, which mostly was like iced tea or something, um, was I realized that when I drank like iced tea, the first couple of sips, I didn't taste the drink. I was just drinking because I was thirsty. And I was like, okay, that's the change I can make. Because then I can just, like, before taking like a sugary drink, I wanted to drink water and then make the decision, oh, do you still want it? Are you still craving? So that's how I slowly, like, a very long story, I'm sorry. But that's how I, like, changed my routine into, or my lifestyle into, just drinking water. And then, when that was all good, I lost a couple of kilos just by doing that. And then, small little changes I could make in my lifestyle to get to the goal eventually. It will take a long time. That's fine. I had all the time in the world. It didn't have to lose like that. Um, was it easy? No. Did I have a game plan? Yes. And taking a break, like having that conviction and tell yourself, you know what, I want to lose weight, so I want to drink water. Keep telling myself, I want to drink water. I want to drink water, because it was more so about the long-term goal than the short-time satisfaction. But yeah, I feel like you kind of need a break and figure out, okay, what are short little changes I can make in my lifestyle to get to the goal that I want, to what it is that I want to manifest. Because I feel like you have very clear ideas of what it is that you manifest, but you just manifest in a way of like, what don't I want to manifest? But let's see what else for pile number 3. What is it that they can do to get unstuck, to move forward? Let's see. We have home, we have a balancing act, we have come together, as well as wide open. So with wide open, I absolutely love that, because that's just the realization that the world is like, you can do whatever. Like, it's wide open, whatever it is that you want to do. Like I said, for some of you, it is a love interest partner coming in. And also like a balancing act. Like, you will fall off. Like, it's not always gonna be great. It's not always gonna be smooth and easy, and it will take time getting back up, trying to find your balance again. But it's also, with this, is like small little hearts falling from the ship here. But it's like, be loving towards yourself. Every time you fall, well, make little adjustments and get back up on that balancing game again. For some of you, realizing your home as well, having talks with your inner family and friends. For others of you, it is creating a place that feels safe, like a safe place for you to make these changes and whatnot. Or maybe the home is your long-term goal as well. Like I said, for some of you, it is a love interest, but it can also be help from, like I said, your friends, your inner circle and whatnot. And realizing that, like, the world is open with that 3 of Wands. You just need to look, what else can I do? What changes can I do? And some things stick and other things don't, and that is fine. You'll learn, you'll move on. Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean that you should give up altogether, or you should add it to the list of I don't want. No, focus up on what you do want. Because there's a whole lot of things that you don't want, So it's better to focus on what is it that you do want. Because that brings in also more of a light energy and more motivation. Because if you focus so much on what you don't want, you will get pulled by that energy. And again, if you focus on what you do want, you also get pulled by that energy. That's just a question. What is it that you want to be pulled by? So let's just see. Some final messages for pile number 3. What is it that they can do or focus on to move ahead, move forward out of this stuck energy? What is it that they can do? So let's gather everything. Let's see, we have action with courage and beginnings. So yeah, definitely new start, new beginnings, taking action, having the courage to take action. Of course, it's going to be scared because you do not need courage if it wasn't scary. We also have chemistry and passion. Again, for some of y'all, it is like a person coming in, but also following that inner flame. What is it that you're passionate about as well? Transformation, so setting off transformation, control, and tactics. For some of you, it is like gaining back control with that Four of Swords, getting a game plan. What is it? And like setting like, okay, I'm gonna do this and then this and then this. Come up with a game plan with tactics. For some of you, it might even be the opposite, where it's like letting go of control. I feel like it will resonate when I say that, where it's like, yeah, that's probably me. We also have faith and detours and divine intervention. So be aware, this is something that the universe set on your path to follow. It might feel like a detour, but honestly, it's like needed. Very, very much needed. And like, I feel like once you like finished this like detour, you'll realize, oh no, it wasn't detour. This was needed. This was faith stepping in. We also have higher self activation, get more in touch with your higher self, with spirit. We also have self worth and expectations. So have high self-worth, have low expectations. That is the golden balance, I feel like. At the bottom, we have rejection, loss, and fragmented. So it might feel right now that, because that's kind of where I'm like, with that strategy and whatnot, that it might feel like you've lost part of yourself, scared of rejection. We also have objections and reflection at the bottom. So taking a hard look at yourself, be realistic, because right now, like the mirror is cracked. So when you look at yourself in this mirror, you'll be deformed or like not true to it. So you need to replace the mirror, replace how you look at yourself. And take a look at your projections, like I said, with that manifestation. What are you wanting? What are you projecting? What kind of energy are you putting out into the world? Because that is eventually what you will get back as well. So yeah, transformation. Having that start, that like courage to transform, to do things differently. To take a harsh look at yourself as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here for you guys. I hope it resonated. Please let me know how it resonates, because like I said, I see so many different roads as always. I see a lot of different how this can fit in, so definitely let me know how it resonates for you. Also give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, because that is very, very helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already as well, because that is maybe even more helpful for me to, you know, be able to keep doing these, and also it will give you a notification every time a new video is up, so that might be helpful for you as well. And yeah, in the meantime, just go kick ass, take a look at your manifestation. You got this. Have a awesome day, and hopefully I will talk to you again in the next reading.